Hey guys, ZFR Gaming back here again today, and pretty much in this video, this is going to be me telling you guys what I think of the Division beta, or what I thought of it, and my final thoughts before the game came out, and whether or not you should even buy this game. Alright, now pretty much getting into this, I'm going to start with all the good stuff. Now, the good stuff is that they did tweak the rogue system a little bit. The rogue system did feel a little bit better, but we'll talk about that again later. They also tweaked the damage also a little bit, like the damage models and all that, and that felt nice this time around too. I felt like enemies were dropping a lot more appropriately, and I just felt like the damage overall was in a better place. So yeah, that's good. But one thing that I do have to really give them applaud for is like the bots in the beta actually were a lot better this time around. Like, it was night and day from the last one, in my opinion. Like, the bots in the last one, they weren't really all that hard, to be honest with you. Like, maybe if they ganged up on you, but they weren't that bad. And this one, they rushed you and they did a pretty decent amount of damage, and they were actually a threat. And you know, they forced you out of cover and stuff. And the bots just felt really good this time around, really good. But yeah, pretty much at that point, that's where all the improvements kind of stop from the past beta. And don't get me wrong, there's still a lot of other stuff that's super good about the game. Like, I definitely think it's still fun and everything. I definitely think it'll be a fun experience to pick it up and everything like that. The graphics are still pretty darn good and all that, and the game overall is probably going to be a fun time once you pick it up. But I do have a couple of problems with the beta. Alright, now, number one, I am still worried about the amount of content in this game. Like, I really just don't know what to expect. And the reason I bring this up first, because this is the biggest thing with the Division right now, that would make me kind of suggest you wait for everybody else to play it and find out for yourself. Just not knowing how much is going to be there, like however much content in this game is going to play a big factor into how good this game is. If it's the right amount, if it's a good amount of content, then the game will be great in my opinion. But if it's not, yeah, this game is not going to do so well, and it's not going to be that fun after a while. But some of the more specific stuff that was in the beta that I didn't like, for instance, going back to the rogue system, yeah, they changed it up a little bit, but they didn't change it nearly enough. It's still way too heavy of a penalty in my opinion. I think there should still be a penalty. Like, I think you still should appear as rogue and stuff, but I don't think it should be nowhere near as, like, you know, harsh as it is. I don't think like your timer should go up at all once you're rogue. I think once you're rogue, just give somebody the 60-second mark, or even if you want to double that time, and just make them survive that. Like, don't have it go up when they defend themselves against other players and stuff, because that's just not a good mechanic, Ubisoft. Like, because like at that point, like, the other players, they're going to keep these people defending themselves. And yeah, I know now they've changed it to where once you enter the manhunt mode, which is pretty much once you've killed 5 other players, everybody, you become like kind of an objective on the map. Like, once you enter that, like, the time when you're not in combat, the time will just the time would go down and stuff, and when you enter combat, it'll pause and wait for you to exit combat again. And don't get me wrong, that's good and everything, but my whole thing is it should be like that when you first enter rogue. You should not have such a big penalty for going rogue in the dark zone, because I can see where a lot of people make the argument it is supposed to be where you go for PvP in the game. So like, I don't think the penalties for going rogue should be that high. Like, I definitely do think it should still put you at somewhat of a disadvantage to go rogue. But at the same time, I don't think the penalty should be like to a point where you just barely stand a chance unless you run away the entire time. I don't like that at all. Like, and even the whole in combat thing, the problem is, what if you're getting chased and people are shooting at you? What do you do then? So like, I don't know, maybe they need to have a radius on this or whatever, like where you need to stay away from other players for a certain amount of time and everything. But yeah, I don't think there should be more than one level of being rogue. That's what I'm just trying to say here. I think you should, once you shoot at somebody, you should be rogue for like, I don't know, 60 seconds or however many seconds you want to do it for. And like, that time goes down when you enter combat. They can have the thing like it is now where the timer pauses on you or whatever. And like, you have to wait till you're out of combat, or maybe if you run away and get a certain radius away from those players, the timer starts to go down again. But yeah, like, just like the way the rogue system is right now, it's way too heavy of a penalty for what's supposed to be the PvP zone. Another thing I want to talk about that really hasn't changed since the closed beta, the dark zone is empty, man. Like, on the normal map, there's a lot of small little side objectives and stuff like hostage situations or gunfights between like the New York police and certain gangs and factions and stuff like that, and that's great and all, but there's nothing like that in the dark zone. The dark zone is literally just run around empty streets, find other players, kill them, find these certain groups of NPCs, kill them, get loot, go to the helicopter, and do it all again. And pretty much that's going to get old after a while. The dark zone is the bread and butter of this game, and they need more stuff in it. That's the thing. Like, they need to throw some random events in there. Like, maybe have some friendly NPCs in the dark zone that can use some help every now and then, like they do on the normal map, or I don't know, like, have like a huge hostage situation where there's like a lot of high level dudes in a building holding a couple of hostages, and you know, a bunch of people are gonna have to team up to even stand a chance of getting in there. Like, they just need to do stuff like that, and they're supposed to have daily stuff in the game, like where daily events happen, and you do these daily events in order to, you know, get certain prizes or rewards and stuff. But like, I'm just wondering how, like, what are those daily events gonna be? I don't want just a fetch quest or something. I want something good, you know. I want to be pretty good, and I don't want like the same thing like in Destiny where they recycle story missions and use those as daily events. I want something I want like a fresh set of missions if you can. Like, just give people some sort of objective, like some different objectives in the dark zone. That's what the dark zone's gonna need to be better, and I don't see that right now, and I really don't see them holding anything like that back. Like, I think it's just gonna be kind of how we see it in the beta, which, don't get me wrong, is fun, but after a while it's going to get old. That's the problem with the dark zone that I have. That's the two problems, that and the whole rogue system. They still haven't changed that up enough. One more thing I'm a little worried about. I'm a little worried about weapon variety and stuff. Like, I'm just hoping we haven't seen every weapon in the game yet. I really hope there's like, I don't know, triple the amount of weapons we've seen already in the actual game, because like, if that's all the weapons we're going to be getting, this is going to get old fast as well, because loot is the main focus of the game. It is like a lot of people might kind of disagree with that, but loot is the focus of this game. This is a loot based game, and they need to have a good amount of loot, like a very large amount of loot, like in Destiny, if they want this game to survive for a while. Like, but yeah, those are all my real big complaints about it. I just hope it's a little bit different when the full game comes out. I hope they fix it and stuff. But to be honest, guys, I really don't know. So for those of you who came to find out whether I think you should buy the Division or not, I'm going to have to say do not buy this game day one. Wait until some other people grab it, pick it up, and find out. I originally planned to get it day one because, you know, the closed beta was fun. I like that. But after seeing the open beta, after seeing the amount of stuff they put in there, I'm not sure if I'm down to grab this day one, because like those day one releases, there's no refunds on those. Like, and I'm the kind of person, if I don't like a game, I'm taking it back. Like, I just don't I'm not really sure if I want to do that. So I might be getting the game a little bit later just to see what people say about, or just to get some video clips in of the whole game itself. So yeah, I might wait. And I might not, and if I don't like what I see, I might not get the game at all. Because, you know, there's no point in buying the game if there really only is like 9 story missions, and if the Dark Zone is pretty much what we've already seen in the beta. Like, there's not going to be any point in getting this game if that's the case. Like, there needs to be at least, I'm going to say, at the very least, somewhere close to 20 story missions. And Dark Zone needs a lot more stuff in it. There needs to be a lot of side missions in the game and stuff. We've already seen the enemies. I don't have a problem with that. The combat and stuff and the actual gameplay is fun. It's fun. Don't get me wrong, guys. This game is crazy fun. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And that's going to be enough for some people. But at the same time, even though it's fun, I just want to make sure it lasts. I don't want to buy, I don't want to pay $60 for like a month or not even that of fun. I want to pay $60 for a couple months of fun. But yeah, just tell me what you guys thought of the beta, if you played it, and what you're planning to do with the game and all that. I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm doing here with this game. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. ZFR Gaming out, guys.